Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from some mysterious place we call home. It's Michelle from Department of Ag Trade Consumer Protection. Michelle, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. The kids are quiet right now. Family's operating at a normalcy, and I just can't complain. And I'm glad you're here to help us navigate I would guess here a really popular subject when it comes to the SBA loans in attracting scammers. A lot of money out there for businesses to pick up on and use for relief here in the COVID-19 pandemic. But that could lead to scammers. And unfortunately, when things are rough, that's when scamming seems to start to pop up and affect us. So start us up with here kind of a general synopsis from your standpoint on what the potential here is for scammers when it comes to these two loans, specifically from SBA.
Yeah, so if you're a business owner, you might have applied for the loans through the SBA Paycheck Protection Program or the Economic Injury Disaster Loans Program. And these programs recently got hundreds of billions of dollars in new funding. And so there's an opportunity for scam artists. They know that there's money available to be taken away from consumers, but in this case, small business owners. And so while you might have been focused on getting that loan and maybe waiting to hear a response in regards to that, these scam artists are of course going to be focusing on you as a small business owner, and they're going to hope to trick you out of that money by giving it to them along with sensitive business information. And that could be information like your bank account numbers, employees' social security numbers, and even that money. So it's not just information, it again is actual cash value with the money.
You would suspect that most of these are going to come in as probably some emails, probably some spoofing calls, or spoofing emails too at that juncture. There's a common thread in all of these, and you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. They're going to come as calls with threats and demands and scare tactics, and need information in a very timely manner in order to process that loan so you don't have time to think or react. And then they'll come as phishing emails. So either way, they'll try and throw that business owner off guard, same as they would for any consumer. And a lot of small businesses are just that. They are consumers, they're sole proprietors, they maybe have a couple of employees. That's what these small business loans are for. So we have some do's and don'ts to help owners get through this, and they apply for consumers as well. They just go a little bit deeper. And the first one is get real fact-based information. And since we're talking SBA loans, go directly to the SBA website, sba.gov/coronavirus. And once on that page, look at the funding options and follow those instructions. Don't go through a social media link or something that a friend has sent you, because maybe a co-business owner, you don't know where they got that information from. So just go directly by yourself through that information, and then you can find out the information about the PPAs and the EIDLs, the two types of programs out there, at the U.S. Treasury Department's website. So you have some very source-specific information. But then the other big do, this is the biggest to-do, warn your staff. Warn your staff to be alert for spoofed emails and bogus calls. That's the biggest thing you can do to help yourself and help your staff, is put a warning out there. The other things we have for the small business owners are really the don'ts. Don't pay in advance for information. This is government information, and all that information is available for free, as it is with every kind of government program we talk about, on the sba.gov website. Don't pay in advance for a government loan. Again, you don't pay up front to get an SBA loan. You don't make those payments. And don't give your information to someone who calls, emails, or texts you out of the blue. The SBA won't call unsolicited to find out information about you, your business, your loan application, and they won't beg you or ask you to apply for a loan. This is something you need to do. You need to initiate if you're a small business owner. No one's going to start soliciting people and asking them to apply. So go there yourself. And then don't apply for a loan without verifying the lender. Always do your research is one of the basic consumer protection principles. Know who you're working with, do your research, make sure that this is an SBA authorized lender that can provide these loans to you, and then you will be in a better place. And finally, don't click on links or reply to emails or text messages from someone you don't know. Another just baseline consumer protection principle that applies to consumers, small business owners, and everyone alike.
For somebody who's watched this show and watched these segments, that is like the top 5, 10 list there of things that we could just ask you to follow, because it almost hits every single scam that comes through, and especially in times when people are down. And I think that's what the issue is, and we've talked about this too, is they're preying on your vulnerability during this crisis.
Yeah, they love to play on people's hardship, no matter what that is. It could be that someone is traveling, so they scare you about a family member. This is still a situation where people have fears as to how it will develop. Information is changing on a regular, daily basis with updates and what's happening and what's available and what process I use. So there's already an environment that can create confusion. So we need to go to those baseline principles, if you will, and just remember them and know that while they apply for consumers, they apply for small businesses. It's just a little bit different context as to how we're applying those basic steps.
Yeah, no, great information, Michelle, on all of this. You have plenty of resources out there, and really remind folks why it's important to report this stuff to help in finding these folks and stopping this.
Right. If consumers, small business owners can let us know what is circulating out there, we can help get the word out, and that can lead to mass prevention from others being taken advantage of. Even if you haven't responded to an opportunity that's put before you, if you will, make sure you report it to the hotline, and you can reach us at 1-800-422-7128. And then we also have a number of frequently asked questions specific to COVID-19 on our website at datcp.wi.gov, and there you can also file a complaint to report what's happening.
Michelle, thank you so much for going through all this. I know it's like a broken record sometimes on getting that information out, but by golly, you gotta listen, and these simple things, while they sound simple, can prevent a lot of damage and a long mess, an expensive mess at that. So thank you so very much. Stay safe out there, and we'll check in with you soon.
Happy to do it, and thanks for giving us the opportunity. Take care.
Absolutely. We're all about safety here at Fact TV, one way or another. All right. Michelle, always a pleasure to have her on the show, and we'll get her back here for another opportunity here this month. Take a quick break. You are watching Talking Fitchburg.